out and people get tired of a brand and you remake. So PDP has gone into a remake mode to come back. No party in the world has won elections consistently forever. You meet the voters, you win, you lose. Despite having got 92% approval in 1988, President W. Bush lost to Clinton. Despite winning the Iraqi war, the Americans voted for Clinton. So Nigerians must understand that an election loss is not a death sentence. It's not a final judgment on a party. But the fact remains that as we go to the 2019 election, what we are going to be confronting is the reality that a government that has taken over from the PDP and has looked at the economy that they inherited, looked at the society they inherited, and today we have more crisis than we ever had in the country before. We have more people dying from internal crisis, internally generated crisis. We have a situation in the economy where the government has no economic advisor. We do not know what the philosophy of the economy that this government has.
Have an economic
advisor.
How do you mean?
The president doesn't have an economic advisor, chief economic advisor.
They have an economic team.
Not economic advisor. The person who articulates.
What's the difference?
Economic team is individual ministers. It started by the PDP to generate key ministers of the economic ministries and bring them together to a team. But the president needs an advisor. He has media advisors, almost 4 of them. He has political advisors. He needs an economic advisor. He needs somebody to articulate, is this going to be a state-run economy or is this going to be a private sector-led economy? If this is going to be a private sector economy, what are we going to do to enable the private sector to thrive in Nigeria?
Is that what the PDP will do now?
PDP will do that. PDP will ensure that we'll go back in time. In fact, we started the privatization and liberalization of the banking sector. We started of all the economy, all the commanding heights of the economy were privatized under the PDP. And very importantly, the freedom that Nigerians enjoyed under the PDP, both the press and everybody, individuals, has been hamstrung in this government. So I believe that the people in the Northwest, in the Northeast, in the Southwest, Southeast, in the Middle Belt, in the South-South, will be confronted with the report card of a government. And they will make a choice. And it is Nigeria's right to make that choice.
You know, Mr. Chidoka, when you sit and speak of all what you will do, to-do list of the PDP, are you mindful, though, that there are other parties who Nigerians are very, very passionate about, that's not PDP, that's not APC, and will change the dynamics in 2019 gravely? Well,
we look forward to that. That's part of evolution of politics. We look forward to that. I think that it is a fact of life that the digital mechanisms of today, the telecommunication industry has made it possible for people to reach larger number of people in a shorter period than it used to be in the old. So I'm one of those who believe that any party that is innovative, that is able to win back the trust of the people, that is able to communicate to people's pain points, will make an impact in an election. But that also requires you to have strong organizational skills, strong capacity to man the polling units all over the country, strong capacity for you to take your message to the nooks and crannies of the country and not just those on the social media. There are only 22 million Nigerians on Facebook and less than 3% of Nigerians are on Twitter. So there are 80 million Nigerians with telephones today. So even if you use WhatsApp, text messaging, there is still need for touch points for you to have ward executives of your party, local government executives of your party, state executives of your party. So the organizational capacity. And that organizational capacity is hampered by what I call the inability of the Nigerian middle class to put their money where their voice is. The Nigerian middle class always talks about what needs to be changed in Nigeria. But all over the world, the middle class drives change because they contribute to campaigns. It is the $1, the $10 that Americans have contributed that propelled Obama to power. So if anybody thinks that a party will come to power in Nigeria, we need to find a situation where we allow for donations to drive this growth. So, but the PDP is waiting for that. We have the structure and the capacity.
You know, I'm really curious because when you ran for governor, it was it was not under the PDP.
Yes.
Why change?
Because I saw the challenges. PDP at the time I left PDP was under the leadership of Ahmadu Sharif, who I opposed, who was brought in as chairman of the party, and I was vehement that he doesn't embody what the PDP stands for. And he made it clear that he will have nothing to do with me either. He even threatened to, storm out of a meeting if I was to be the MC of that meeting. So in any event, I left and then I ran under a relatively new party. But I believe that what is at stake in Nigeria today, what Nigerians need to do today is to come together and elect a government that understands the need for inclusion, that understands the need to reflect the diversity of Nigeria, that understands the need for Nigeria to be seen as that country where, though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. We need Nigerians to go back again to remember that the words of our old national anthems, O God of creation, grant this our one request, help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And that's what the PDP offers to Nigerians.
I must thank you so much indeed for talking to us. Osita Chidoka, the, of course, special advisor to the PDP chairman on strategy and external engagements, and also former Minister of Aviation, and now full-fledged member of the PDP, I might add.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much indeed for talking to us. Even I would like to also point out to you that DME Dipeolu is Buhari's special advisor on economic matters, just to get the record straight. But we do thank you for talking to us, and hoping that your quest to unseat the present government comes through for you, if you can. But we'll be back after these messages. Join us again.